Hello everybody! This video about boosting, but not about how need to push button of boost macros. This video for people who want to play high rated arena and want to know that Demonology warlock has 3 rotation of boost, and they all are good for different situations. First, that you need to know that both enemies must be in CC when you burst them. If you will ignore this rule, you will have no result on 2v2 arena. This is very important. This is my common boost rotation. I am trying to fear second enemy. If my healer can CC enemy without my fear, this is optional. I am starting from mortal coil to my target, pushing my burst, starting to cast Demonbolt. When mortal coil will be finished, I am pushing stun, casting 2 Demonbolts, 2 wave of chaos, and if enemy is still alive, I am using touch of chaos. If enemy using some defense cooldown when I am using my burst and I see that I have no damage for kill enemy, I also trying to cast force Demonbolt. But as usually this Demonbolt will be kicked or avoided, but if I have no other chance, I am just try. And this is how it working on 2200 rated arena. And now I will talk why this burst is good and why this burst is bad. Boost rotation number 1 is good when you playing with the enemy who do not know how Demonology warlock works. Your damage during first 2 seconds is only 60k. Enemy looking to this and understanding that you will not kill him in 7 seconds if you will continue casting 60k during 2 seconds. And enemy do not using his trinket and just waiting. But damage during last 2 seconds of burst is about 150k, and enemy already have no time for push something if enemy was not ready for this before. That is why lots of people dying without using trinkets, bubble, deterrence, invisibility. Burst rotation number 1 is also good because your enemy in CC during first 7 seconds of burst. Enemy can only use his trinket or just wait until CC will be finished. But hope that you know that priest and mage can use his defense abilities when it is in stun. And now why this rotation is bad. When you're using mortal coil, enemy starting to run randomly, and sometimes happens that enemy can avoid your casts. It is very terrible because you losing your time for run to enemy and start casting again, but CC will be finished and you will get nothing from this burst. If you're playing with the enemy who already know how Demonology warlock works, they will push his defense abilities after CC will be finished instantly. Hunters using deterrence, roach using invisibility, warrior using spell reflection, and that is why it can happen that your enemy will be not dead. And third reason why this burst rotation is bad, it is bad because if you starting to cast your Demonbolt and some of enemy will use trinket and kick you, or use trinket or avoid you, you will bring no damage to enemy. No damage. This is very bad when game going during long time. You losing your burst but doing no damage. For example, this burst was useless because Roach used trinket and stopped me, and Disc also used his defense cooldown when he was in stun. This burst was useless because Hunter using his deterrence instantly after my CC was finished. And finally, this burst was useless because Hunter get my mortal coil when he was on other side of boxes. That is why I'm start to running and nothing good happens from this burst. Situation when enemy avoiding me in my mortal coil happens a lot of time during my gameplay. Burst rotation number 2. Starting from fearing second enemy, using Chaos Wave and Chaos Wave, enemy already rooted, using Mortal Coil, enemy can't run in Mortal Coil because he is rooted, using one Demonbolt, using Stun, using Demonbolt and Demonbolt, and if enemy continue be alive, using Touch of Chaos and Chaos Wave. And this is how it working on 2200 rated arena. Common reason why I am using this boost rotation, it is that enemy will be rooted after 2 waves of Chaos, and when I will use Mortal Coil, enemy will be on same position. This is very important because it happens a lot that I am using Mortal Coil and enemy starting to run randomly and enemy can avoid my casts. The second reason, it is that rotation 2 is different from rotation 1. When I am using rotation 1 during my first burst and during my second burst, enemy already know how it working, how I am starting my burst, how my burst will be finished. But if I am using rotation 2, enemy do not know what is going on. I am bursting or what. When enemy need to push his defense cooldowns, it is also very important. The third reason, that I am starting from 2 waves of Chaos and I am always doing some damage. But when I am using burst rotation 1 and I am starting from my Demonbolt, if my Chaos magic will be kicked, it can happen that I will do 0 damage during my burst. The fourth reason, that as usually enemy do not want to push his defense cooldowns when his hit points is not low. But if enemy pushing defense cooldown, my fury is full and I just can wait until defense cooldown will be finished and I can fear healer again and continue my burst. The fifth reason is that I can use 3 charges of Chaos Wave when I am bursting. I am starting from 2 Chaos Waves, casting 3 Demonbolts, casting 2 Touch of Chaos, and I can use Chaos Wave again. And now, why this burst rotation is bad. During first 3 seconds of my burst, enemy see that I am using Dark Soul, and I also casting 2 waves of Chaos, and enemy can push his defense cooldowns or he can just try to avoid me. And the second reason that I am using 2 Touch of Chaos and enemy hit points about 50%. And after this enemy see that I am starting to cast Demonbolt. And if he has trinket, he is usually using it. This is videos where this burst rotation not working. Key to the victory is knowledge of your enemy. Knowledge when he will do something and what he will do if something will happen. This is really very important to understand your enemy, how he working and when and what he doing. Please look to picture with rotation 1. I am using 3 Demonbolts, but CC on enemy is finished. And now I need to use 2 Chaos Waves. But enemy already not in CC and his hit points is low. And he will use deterrence. Because it is only one way to save his life. And that is why first burst rotation is bad. Because if your enemy is alive and he has some defense cooldown that can save his life, he has about 2 or 3 seconds to push this cooldown and your burst will be not successful. And now please look to picture from rotation 2. Try to imagine that you hunter and your hit points is 70% and I am casting Chaos Wave. Do you will use deterrence? With 30% of hit points? I think no. And that is why this rotation working a little better sometimes. After my second Chaos Wave going Mortal Coil, after Mortal Coil going stun, but when stun is finished, enemy already dead. Enemy already have no time to push his defense cooldowns. If enemy did not use his defense cooldowns when I am using my Chaos Waves before my CC, enemy already have no time to do this when he will be in my Mortal Coil and stun, except situation when he has trinket. That is why burst rotation number 2 is a little better. And now, when you need to use rotation 1 and when you need to use rotation 2. I am using rotation 1 if enemy hit points is lower than 30%, or I am bursting first time and I do not know how enemy will work. We see my burst. I am using rotation 2 if enemy have no trinket and full hit points. If you expecting that your Chaos magic will be kicked. If you know that enemy will not die after 2 Chaos Waves and 3 Demonbolts. and if enemy do not starting to hide or do not stopping you after you push at your burst cooldowns. So as usually I am starting from my rotation 1, and if rotation 1 not working, I am trying rotation 2. There are some tricks that can help you. First trick. If you playing VC healer and melee DPS, and melee DPS on long distance from healer, you can fear healer and start your burst. You casting Demonbolt, Mortal Coil, Demonbolt, Stun, Demonbolt and Demonbolt, and 2 waves of chaos. Finally, it will be 4 Demonbolts and 2 waves of chaos. Healer will be dead if he is not priest. The second trick. If you're using only 3 Demonbolts during burst, you can increase damage of your Demonbolts into 20%. You just need to cast 1 Demonbolt without burst 20 seconds before your burst, and you will get buff and your Demonbolts will do more damage. The third, you always need to watch the situation on arena. If you feared healer and your enemy with lower than 16 hit points, you can also start your burst even without full fury. And finally, when you bursting and you already used stun, you can also push Fell Storm. It also adding some DPS from your pet. And now boost rotation number 3. I'm using it only VC double DPS teams, or when I am playing 10 minutes on arena VC healer and DPS team. It's starting from fear second enemy, pushing burst cooldowns, calling second Fell Guard, using 2 Demonbolts, using 2 Chaos Waves, and using Touch of Chaos until enemy will die. It was very long guide. I know that it will be not useful for all people, but it will be very useful for people who really want to push some raid onto V2 arena. There are no such guides about Demonology Warlock on internet or YouTube, so please help other people who really need it to see this guide, because this guide not so stupid like guides were talking about rotations or items, add-ons. This guide is very useful, and burst is heart of Demonology Warlock. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.